Because we ran out of time, we have probably 20 minutes for the open discussion in order to share and learn from very experienced Professor Jiri. I would like to invite Dr. Eid and Dr. Virod. Dr. Eid Robayun, he is one of the, let's say, top 5 of doctors in Thailand who have lots of experience, work with the sport association and in Olympic committee and national teams. And I would like to call upon Dr. Eid and Dr. Virod, who is president of the member of the medical committee of the Football Association of Thailand and work with the national teams to share and learn, and also open for the audience to ask for the questions so we can share. Okay, so please feel free to raise your hand and ask a question if you have something to ask and share learn from Dr. Jiri.
And don't be shy, you can ask anything about sport and football.
Okay, may I ask first, according to the last talk, what is your opinion in terms of what is the appropriate age that you can introduce football to children? How old are they that we're going to introduce football to them for exercise?
I think you can, well, in our concept, we start with the kids at the age of 11 because I love the number 11 players, 11 messages, so we turned everything around that. But we have asked psychologists and sports scientists what is about the appropriate age to start the recreational football. And I am not really the expert in professional football, development of professional football, and I am not really that fan of it because it is abuse of human body, but I am a great fan of recreational sport and recreational football. So the age around 10, 11 is good. You can start also earlier, but because part of our study was related to learning and understanding the quality of life, we decided to go a little bit higher. But from the neurological point of view, the earlier you start, the better for the coordination. The plasticity of brain is the highest in the first life decade. So if you start to kicking the ball with 4, 5, 6 years old, it's actually very good that the kids are learning coordination. So it's, you can go down, but not with the idea to make professional footballers out of them.
For the children, for the competition in the children, what age do you think it's for competition?
Well, the official competition is actually under 17, in the Confederation under 16. In the Youth Olympics, they go even lower. In a way, that's fine, but I wouldn't go too early. I think to go in the earlier age, that's, I think the children, they have to play. They just have to play for fun, not for competition and for winning and being famous.
นะครับขอถามนะครับ
Thank
you for your wonderful lectures. I have a question, sir. Actually, your lecture is really triggered my mind about Thailand is number 2 in the world for the obese child. I didn't know that before. That's very interesting. So we have a lot of situation that people living in the big city, and they can't really do like a football because to do the football you need to go to the stadium or the gym. So you have any suggestion to replace that exercise? What type and what duration will be the proper for every day for the kids?
Well, to the number 2 in the ranking, it was communicated to me by my Thai colleagues. So I think the source is good. I appreciate the constraints of big city like Bangkok. But still, you can force yourself. You can get the kids to move. Of course, you need the pitches for football, you need the gyms and other establishments. Yes, they are constraints. But I have just recently saw that in New York they are starting to establish small pitches to play 5x5, 7x7 in the city, in the parks. Many of small pitches that people can exercise, football or any other team sport. And I think this is the way where, of course, the square meter is so expensive in Bangkok that nobody will spare that for small pitches. But they are constraints. I am not a politician, so I can't answer you this question.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Dr. Wilot. On behalf of I am the head of the physician team group that served the national football team in Thailand for 2 years under Dr. Paisan. We have found something that like a weak point that in Thailand, how do we develop the physician doctor for the professional physician doctor, because most of the physician doctor we send out, it's a second job. It's not professional. It's not the real job. So it's gonna very difficult to develop like continuously the better and better the football medicine in Thailand. So the question is that would you suggest us for the strategy or the next step for us to do to make like a professional physician team or the professional the football medicine in Thailand?
Well, there are two professional medical groups. Those who are looking after athletes, footballers, or whoever throughout the country for the recreationals. They should have the minimum knowledge how to deal with injuries, how to deal with performance, with training, and so on. And then we have the other group which is looking for organized athletes or organized football, organized clubs. Historically, that was in Europe too. When I started the work with 1994 with football, the majority of the team physicians were orthopedic surgeons. Basically, they were there, and if something happened, get them to the hospital, fix it. That was about the situation in the early 90s, and then gradually it started to change. I think the orthopedic surgeon doesn't really have something to do on the pitch because he can operate, so his expertise is in the operating room. But he has to have a good people educated to understand what is happening, that they can diagnose an syndesmosis rupture, that they know, okay, this ice is not enough, we have to transport and have the appropriate treatment. So I would say start step by step. That was my last gift which I have given to FIFA, was the establishment of the football medicine diploma. It's online educational process based upon the football medicine manual, which we have edited in second edition, and there you can go. So anybody can go there for free. That was the condition, that it is for free. You can acquire the basic knowledge and then go from there. And I think if you get maybe 10, 20 or 30 Thai doctors who finished this diploma, then you can organize them and have your quality circles and go from there on. Also in the development, and I think I support that very strongly, and when I left FIFA, the IOC asked me to share with them the experience, and I can highly recommend their regularly performed advanced team physician courses. and they are particularly for those professionals or doctors you are addressing. It's every year. The next one will be in Tokyo in 2019. They have limited participation. It's high quality, and there you get also, I mean, the fundamental of sports medicine are the same, whether you are looking for basketballers, rugby players, or footballers.
As a team physician for many years, sometimes we have difficulty with the coach, the manager, and the clubs. Do you have any advice for us? How can we do to be a good team physician, to work with the coach as a team? And maybe Dr. Paisan can add some more, please.
Yes, I started my lecture with the statement, we have to empower medical profession in the world of sport. It can't happen that Mourinho attacks the team doctor for appropriate action to rank on the field. I made a statement in the media, Mourinho didn't like me, but we have to fight for our profession. And I think that there is no way that coach can overrun our decision. At least I managed that there are two issues that we run on the pitch unrelated to what the coach says, and that's the concussion or sudden cardiac arrest. But we have to work on that and put more pressure. But unfortunately, to convince the executives is very, very difficult. And I tried hard. Now the new management of FIFA is not really, the medicine is not in focus, their activities. But you know how it is in politics. Today it's like this, tomorrow it will be different. So we as doctors have to fight for that and not giving up.
I think it's happened all over the world because as the professional, we would like to treat the players for the benefit of their health. Because right now, if they have to quit the competition, they lost a lot of money. But in the opposite way, they would like to pray. Actually, if they're not fit, but they would like to pray. Because if they don't pray, they cannot be shown or show their performance in the tournament. So it's maybe very difficult to make decision because it's like a conflict of interest between doctors. But as the medical point of view, I would like to say that we have to do everything for the benefit of the players' health.
I mean, this is a big problem. Big teams like Man United, Man City, or Barcelona, they have unlimited supply. For each position, they have maybe 3 players. The small clubs, they cannot afford that. So they are interested. I mean, I hope it will change, that not few of the clubs will regulate the entire world of football. I think there is a certain limits to that. I think Germany, the Bundesliga, made this week an announcement that they will make a cap on the annual earnings of the professional footballers. And I think this is probably the right way to get more substance and just for the health of the players. That's so important.
So we're running up the time. So before we close, any more, the last question?
Okay, so we clearly see today that football benefits our patients' health. I am Dr. Vishuddha from Viparam Hospital. And I had just one question. If the patients have already have the more severe disease such as uncontrolled hypertension or heart disease, is it also appropriate for them to do football?
You are asking if somebody is already manifest disease?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for this we are doctors. And we are using common sense. So we have to examine, we have to see where are the risk factors, and gradually start. We have to know our limits in our profession. This is what I have learned in the 45 years of my medical activities, and not think that we can treat and do everything for everybody. I think this is an important question, and this is also our responsibility. So for those who are here in the audience, I'm very pleased that you have invited me. So I have tomorrow another lecture on the prevention of injuries, then also management of sudden cardiac arrest and management of concussion in sport. So if you have more questions and you are interested, I share with you everything what I know and what should be done. So with pleasure you are invited.
Okay. So I would like to wrap up. I would like to give them the information about the World Medical Football Cup in Thai. เราได้ตั้งฟุตบอลของหมอนะฮะทีมฟุตบอลหมอจะไปแข่ง World Cup ของหมอนะครับที่เขาโชว์มาเนี่ย World Cup ของหมอเล่นกันเองนะฮะอายุ35ขึ้นไปแล้วก็45ขึ้นไปเรากำลังรวมทีมที่เห็นทีมน่ะเป็นทีมครั้งแรกในประเทศไทยแล้วก็มีหมอจากทั่วประเทศนะฮะบางคนขึ้นเครื่องบินมาจากปากใต้นะฮะมาเล่นเกมเดียวแล้วก็บินกลับไปเพราะชอบฟุตบอลเพราะชอบเอ็กซ์ไซส์เพราะฉะนั้นเวลคัมของทุกคนนะครับ The second point since this year orthopedic action the future is now so let everyone exercise routinely นะครับอยากจะฝากพวกเราทุกๆคนน้องๆทุกคนนะครับ Well without health is a waste of time Well without health is a waste of time นะครับทำงานอย่าทำงานมากจนกระทั่งร่ำรวยแล้วสุขภาพไม่ดีนะครับอยากจะฝากเป็นข้อคิดfor this section football and sport is medicine well is not without health is a waste of time Thank you Professor Jiri ขอบคุณนะครับ
Thank you to all the panelists Thank you Dr. Professor Sharif to accept as our guest lecturer for the sport medicine section of Orthopedic Society
ผมขออนุญาตประกาศนิดนึงนะครับในฐานะที่ทีมฟุตบอลนะครับอยากจะแจ้งให้ทราบว่าถ้าอาจารย์ท่านใดมีความสนใจที่จะจอยเป็นแพทย์สนามฟุตบอลเนี่ยโอเพนเวลคัมสมัครมาได้ที่ผมนะครับจะได้จัดให้ลงไปดูแลทีมฟุตบอลทีมชาตินะครับขอบคุณครับ
ครับก็ถือโอกาสโฆษณาต่อเลยนะครับเพื่อจะปิดแก็บนะครับหรือว่าทำให้แก็บนั้นแคบลงระหว่างห้องผ่าตัดไปที่สนามฟุตบอลนะครับปีหน้าเดือนมิถุนายนสัปดาห์สุดท้ายนะครับวิทยาลัยวิชาเทคโนโลยีการกีฬามหาวิทยาลัยมหิดลแล้วก็โรงพยาบาลกรุงเทพนะครับและอาจจะมีสมาคมฟุตบอลนะฮะจะจัดวันเดย์นะครับฟุตบอลอิสเมดิซินนะครับเพื่อจะปิดแก็บตรงนี้นะครับเราติดตามข่าวสารอีกทีหนึ่งนะครับโอเค